Call the meeting to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Call for the motion to accept the minutes of the October 14, 2025 meeting. Moved and seconded. Discussion. All those in favor? Opposed? No one. Motion carries. Public forum for this evening. There is no one for this evening. We'll move on to reports and correspondence. I just want to say that I got a flyer. The school's going to be honoring veterans for Veterans Day on November. They're going to be doing it on November 8th. As we know, Veterans Day is November 11th. I just want to thank and commend them for their service while they're here with us, because we will not have a meeting that day. I want to thank Danny McQuillan for his service with the United States Marine Corps in Operation Enduring Freedom, and our very own Reverend Julius Collins for his service in the United States Army during the Korean conflict. So thank you both for your service, and we're very proud of you. And also to family members that people have here and family members that have served in conflicts, thank you as well. My grandfather, who was 102, he served in World War II. He received 2 bronze medals for his actions in the Battle of Sicily and the Battle of Okinawa. And my father, who was killed in Vietnam, did 3 tours in Vietnam as a United States Navy medic serving with Delta Company 19, attached to the United States Marines. So everybody I'm sure has a story, but thank everybody for their service. And we certainly welcome this, and it's a great idea. Yes. Anybody else? John, report on the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I wasn't at the last meeting, but the Hall of Fame was great, and I've spoken with Lisa about making some changes in the future. And I'd just like to ask the football team from 1972 to slow down on the thread that they've been texting back and forth nonstop since the event. Somehow I got on it. I'm trying to get to bed about 12 midnight the other night, and it's just ping, ping, ping. One of the players said, I've watched the video 5 times now. I can't get it back. Can you help out? So I think we're all official members, unofficial members of the 72 football team. They really had a great time. And just for anybody watching on TV now, please, I mentioned this at the event, please, if you know of anybody that you think is Hall of Fame worthy, check out the website. The athletic department has the nominations. Make a nomination, and we send it back to the committee. It was just another great event, and we've actually got a few donations to the Hall of Fame because as we go on, the cost of the breakfast and the plaques and the awards get more and more expensive, and it seems to pick up steam every year. So it was just a wonderful event, and we're already starting on next year.
Thank you very much. Anything on the arts, Jody?
Nothing to report at this time.
Okay. Any other board members? If not, move on to our trusted correspondent, student representative, Jack Henry.
Good evening. So for happenings and events, the Spanish Honor Society induction will take place on November 5th in the High School Media Center. The Ellenville Junior Senior High School Music Department is hosting their autumn concert tomorrow night at 7 p.m. in the auditorium. The class of 2026 is hosting their annual spaghetti supper on Tuesday, November 4th in the high school cafeteria. The National Honor Society is hosting the Veterans Day breakfast on November 8th in the senior high cafeteria. It will start at 10 a.m. and in order to register, call 845-647-0137. This past Saturday, the Junior Senior High School Student Council hosted their annual breast cancer walk. We are excited to report that over 100 participants, including students, staff, and community members, came to the event, and we raised over $2,500 for breast cancer research. For athletics, the varsity football team has a game tomorrow at 3 o'clock at home against Rockland. The varsity cross-country team has their M-Hall meet at the Hudson Valley Sports Dome in Milton on Thursday. The sectional meet will be on November 4th at Warwick. The winter sports signups on Family ID are now open. The sports are winter track, boys and girls basketball, and wrestling. And finally, the fall sports banquet is on November 12th at the cafeteria and the auditorium. For fundraisers, the class of 2026 has their holiday catalog. The class of 2028 has finished their pretzel fundraiser. The music department is beginning their Kraus Chocolate fundraiser, and the Spanish Honor Society will soon begin their Dyson's Bakery Pie fundraiser. And finally, because the temperature is getting colder, there's new Blue Devils merchandise available, and that's what you may need. So go to tinyurl.com/ECSD merch, or you can use the QR code.
Do you have a Krispy Kreme's fundraiser? Because Mr. Burns sent me a note. Krispy Kreme's or else.
There's no real sense perking up until he mentions them, Mr. President.
Trust me, I would say it. Just for you, Mr. Burns.
Thank you.
Yes.
What was in Rockland?
Rockland is who the football team is playing tomorrow. Yes.
Rockland is the new, it's the merger between Roscoe and Livingston Manor. So the new name of the district is the Rockland Central School District.
Wow.
That's good, okay. Thank you.
Move on to our superintendent, Lisa Wiles.
Two things. I'm not sure if we mentioned it at the last meeting, but in October, during 1 week in October, it's Board Appreciation Week. And I just want to tell the Board of Education how much we all appreciate all the work you do, support you provide to the students, the district, and the community, and a heartfelt thank you from everybody. The second thing I wanted to report out on is construction update. The new project, the one that was approved in 2024, right, last December. We have started Project A. Project A is the replacement system for the PA system, so we're well into laying that out. We're on time for that, and they are in the buildings on the night shift, wiring and placing speakers and such in the designated locations. We'll bring you more information on that. And Project B, which is the track and the football field, is out for bid. We expect the bids to be returned sometime at the beginning of November and have recommendations for you at the November 18th meeting. We're ahead of where we should be, and we'll be submitting Project D and C to the State Education Department in the spring for approval. And State Ed's been moving the projects, the approval process is going a little bit more. We'll also wrap up a final report on where we are on the 2019 capital project. We're finalizing some substantial completion forms. We have an update on some work that didn't get done last summer when we had some issues. So hopefully at the next meeting, we'll be able to report out what the reconciliation of that looks like. So, yeah, that's where we are. I'm really excited about the PA system. Be starting the phone system very shortly and moving forward. That's all I have tonight.
Thank you. Move on to Deputy Superintendent Kelly White.
Good evening. I do not have anything to report this evening.
Thank you very much. Assistant Superintendent for Personnel, Curriculum, and Instruction Support, Scott Prokash.
Good evening. I also do not have anything to report this evening.
Only the superintendent violated that.
You know how she is.
You have a question? Yes.
Harris, can you just turn your mic on? Oh, right.
Willie can't hear me. Some of you were in the city last weekend, I believe, for a conference, and I wasn't there. And so I would like to hear what's going on out there in the state of New York in education.
So I'll report on a few things that I went to. First of all, the keynote speaker was Tim Shriver. It was a very powerful presentation. I'm hoping to get some slides to include in the packet for you. He talked about communication and the state of communication in the world, and as school boards and schools, really promoting respectful disagreement, but having the conversation be, a lot more respectful than what we're seeing at a state or national level, or even locally sometimes, not here, but all over. So that it was a good presentation. I can't tell you how many, there were so many school board members from all over the state that were there. One of the other things we looked at Actually, John had pointed me in the direction. Board Docs was, had a table, and they have an update. So we're gonna be doing a demo with them next week to see about updating our software program for Board Docs for the board. We're pretty excited about that. I'm trying to think of what other sessions that I, just hold please, and I will tell you. There was yeah, you can speak to one.
So one of the sessions I went to that I really enjoyed, there was a special education school that talked about the importance of emotional regulation for all students, not just students with disabilities, and talked about the different spaces schools should consider having in their buildings just to support emotional regulation. And speaking to that as like a basic need, like if somebody comes to school dysregulated, like how are they supposed to access learning? And sometimes those supports are only identified for students with disabilities when, you know, a general education student can come to school dysregulated as well due to maybe conflict in the home in the morning and how their brain is not ready to accept learning, and they just need an outlet and a space to kind of reset before being ready to access learning. So it was really interesting, and they shared the different types of I think timeout rooms has the wrong connotation sometimes, but just rooms where they can go to reset and kind of just have like a sensory approach to just regulating themselves to, you know, prepare for learning, which I thought was great for people who are not in special education to hear and consider.
Thank you very much.
I just want to say one other thing, sorry. There was also a session on improving attendance that I went to from the Schenectady City School District, and I'd be happy to report that there are a lot of initiatives that we're doing here that they're doing and also seeing success. It's kind of validated some of our initiatives, you know. Yeah. Yep, and we also were trying to get their slides. So sometimes when they do their presentation, they provide the slides. So we'll try to include that in there for you.
Thank you very much. We'll move on to personnel resolutions for this evening. 5.1, Internal Claims Auditor. Upon the recommendation of Superintendent of Schools, be resolved that Tracy Jetter be appointed as the Internal Claims Auditor at a contractual rate of $35
So
per
moved.
hour. It's been moved, seconded, discussion. All those in favor? Opposed? No one?
It's open, but it's usually like 4 hours a week, give or take, depending upon, you know, right now it's for internal claims, then we have reduced some other auditing. So it's usually 4 hours a week. Unless 1 week we have a lot of claims. It's about 4 hours a week.
Okay. It's been approved. 5.2, Clerk Typist Appointment. Upon the recommendation of Superintendent of Schools, be it resolved that Alexandria Machetta be appointed Clerk Typist at a contractual rate of $48,871. It's been moved. Seconded. Discussion. All those in favor? Opposed? No one. Motion carries. 5.3, Security Attendant Resignation. Upon the recommendation of Superintendent of Schools, be it resolved the resignation of Juan Cruz, Security Attendant, be accepted effective October 31st, 2025. Should I say with
So
regret?
moved.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Discussion. All those in favor? Opposed? No one. Motion carries. Cleaner resignation. Upon the recommendation of Superintendent of Schools, be resolved the resignation of Marion Ospina, cleaner, be accepted effective October 26th. Been moved. Seconded. Discussion. All those in favor? Opposed? No one. Motion carries. Substitute personnel. Upon the recommendation, Superintendent of Schools, be resolved the following substitute personnel be
Move the
appointed.
list.
Then moved and do we have a second? Seconded. Discussion. All those in favor? Opposed? No one. Motion carries. Family Engagement Night. Upon the recommendation, Superintendent of Schools, be resolved the following staff be approved to facilitate student activities and family work. Has been moved. Seconded. Discussion.
How have the previous family engagement nights fared, in your opinion, Madam Deputy?
So the ones that the elementary has hosted, which this is going to be a very similar model to that, we've been at capacity. Like, so we could only, because we serve dinner at it, we have to have a head count. And I think in the past it was around 200. This is before they had the new cafeteria. But we would like, not that it sells out, but it would be at capacity, and we'd have to, you know, put a max on the number of participants just due to capacity issues. So they've been very, very well attended.
Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor? Opposed? No one. Motion carries. Family Engagement Night, SRP.
Second.
List has been moved and seconded. Discussion. All those in favor? Opposed? No one. Motion carries. Winter sports coaches. Upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, be it resolved the following winter sports coaches be approved as indicated for the 25-26 school year. Such appointments are contingent upon. Been moved. Seconded. Discussion.
What is the contingency you were talking about there, Mr. President?
Lisa?
The fingerprint clearance.
Okay, thank you.
Any further questions? All those in favor? Opposed? No one. Motion carries. 5.9, memorandum of agreement, ETA.
Move.
The list is, been moved and seconded. Discussion. All those in favor? Opposed? No one. Motion carries. 5.10, memorandum of agreement, ETA.
So moved.
Been moved and seconded. Discussion. All those in favor? Opposed? No one. Motion carries. 5.11, mentors for My Brother's Keeper. Upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, be it resolved that Noelia Santiago and John Paulson be appointed as mentors for My Brother's Keeper program. Been moved and seconded. Discussion. All those in favor?
I'm sorry,
Excuse
Mr.
me?
President. Madam Superintendent, that value per student is that, how many students are currently in the program?
2 right
Okay.
now.
Thank you.
Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor? Opposed? No one. Motion carries. 5.12, intramural sports after school. Upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, be it resolved following individuals be approved for after-school intramural sports.
Move the list.
The list has been moved and seconded. Discussion. All those in favor? Opposed? No one. Motion carries. 5.13, upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, be resolved the junior, senior high school extended day personnel as set forth in the attached list be approved at a contractual rate of. Been
Second.
moved and seconded. Discussion. All those in favor? Opposed? No one. 5.14, elementary school extended day programs, Blue Devils, boys group, girls and boys group. Upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, be it resolved that the elementary school extended day personnel has been moved.
Second.
Second. All those in discussion?
Mr. President.
Yes, sir.
Madam Superintendent, what is the Blue Devils Boys and Girls Group? Is there a description of the actual group and what their purpose is?
Yes, we can get that to you at the next meeting, but basically, it's a support group
Okay.
for students at that grade level.
Okay.
But we'll make sure we put the summary of what they, what it is. I might be in one of your previous packets, but we'll make sure that we bring it top of mind to you in the next packet.
Thank you, Madam Superintendent. Thank you, Mr. President.
You're welcome. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor? Opposed? No one. Motion carries. 5.15, deputy purchasing agent, upon the recommendation of the superintendent will be resolved. Susanna Schwal be appointed deputy purchasing agent at no additional. It has been
Second.
moved. Seconded. Any discussion? Congratulations. All those in favor? Opposed? No one. Motion carries. Home tutor, 5.16, upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, be it resolved that Jennifer Marks be approved. It's been moved.
Second.
Seconded. Discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? No one. Motion carries. 5.17, memorandum of agreement. Resolved upon the recommendation of the superintendent of
So moved.
schools have been moved. Seconded. Discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? No one. Motion carries. Budget resolutions for this
Motion to
evening.
move 6.1 through 6.4 on the
Second.
treasury reports.
Been moved and seconded. Discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? No one. Motion carries. Education resolutions for this evening. Student IEPs be resolved. The attached list of student IEPs be acknowledged as appropriate. There are 31.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Discussion. All those in favor? Opposed? No one. Motion carries. Volunteers, 7.2. Resolve the following volunteers be
Move the
approved.
list with gratitude.
It has been moved and seconded. Discussion. All those in favor? Opposed?
Abstain.
Abstain? Motion carries.
Nice.
7.3, Memorial Scholarship. Resolved that the Manya Eisner Holocaust Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $1,000 be established pursuant to the terms and criteria designated by the donor.
So move with gratitude.
It's been moved with gratitude and seconded. Discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? No one. Motion carries. Construction resolutions.
Motion move 8-1 through 8-13.
813.
Second. Okay. I don't know what to do. What am I doing now?
If you wanna
move
pull
the table.
something-
Do you move? You have to make the motion first.
Why don't you
right?
move 8-1 to 811, John?
I'll move 8-1 through 8-11.
Then moved and seconded. Discussion. All in favor? Opposed? No one. Motion carries. 812, 813, is there a motion to be had?
Mr. President, motion to table 812, 813.
It's been motioned to table. Do we have a second to table the motion? The motion's been, motion's been approved, a second has been authorized. Motion to table. Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? No one? Motion's been tabled. We'll bring it back to the table next meeting. Under 9, other. Anybody want to move those, or we want to do them? 9-1 to 9-5. Been moved. Do I have a second? Second. Second it? Discussion?
Just
Mr.
like to
President,
say,
I think
Go ahead,
when
I'm sorry,
people
John.
make donations, we should read the donation. It's just my opinion. I mean, it's not a lot, but, you know.
A second?
For example, donations were made to the Hall of Fame, and I think will continue to come in, and I think those folks should be recognized.
Absolutely. Withdraw, the second's been withdrawn. How about the original motion? The maker of the motion's withdrawn, so we'll go back to 9.1, donation. Resolve the following donations for the Hall of Fame be accepted. Peter and Patricia Maioli, Kyle Orr, Martin and Lynette Rainford, and Mark and Patricia Steinhoff.
So moved.
Been moved and seconded, and we'd like to thank those donors as well. Motion and seconded. Discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? No one. Motion carries. 9.2, donation. Resolved that a donation from the Lions Club in the amount of $250 for the care closet in the Ellenville Junior Senior High School be accepted.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Do we have who did that? It's the Lions Club, that's it. All right. Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? No one. Motion carries.
Motion to move 9-3 and 9-4, Mr. President.
9.3 and 9.4 have been moved and seconded. Discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? No one. Motion carries. 9.5, field trip, Princeton Model United Nations Conference, Parsippany, New Jersey, overnight. Resolved that the students participating in the BOCES Career Pathways programs be approved to travel overnight to participate in the Princeton Model United Nations Conference located in Parsippany, New Jersey on November 20th, 2025 through November 23rd, 2025, and no cost to the district. Moved and seconded. Discussion?
Mr. President, Madam Superintendent, how many students will be going? Do we have
I
a
think
number?
I think
The
it's
names are there?
2.
Why do I keep missing? Okay, great.
Two?
More than 2 for Model UN, the last one?
2.
Hold on, I'm looking.
Thank you.
No, I think it's more than 2.
I didn't see the
1,
attachment
2,
on
3,
the...
4. It's on the last
There's
page
4.
of the. Yep,
Excellent, excellent.
There's 4.
yep, yeah.
Congratulations to them.
Yep, congratulations to them. Any further discussion on this motion? If not, all those in favor? Opposed? No one. Motion carries. Mark your calendars. The next meeting will be November 18th, 2025. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Been moved and seconded. Discussion. All those in favor? Opposed? No one? We're adjourned.
Hey, Jody, you got a minute?